Welcome to the channel, guys. We have another episode of What is Free in the Epic Store, and we're going to be taking a look at the new games being offered here today. Number one, we're looking at the first one here, Gravity Circuit. That's the one we're going to be looking at closely. That is a free download, and that is normally, I believe it's $16.99. We'll have to take a look. And then we also have this other one called Albion Online, and it's a Rogue Journeyman bundle. That one we're going to skip because, like last week, this is an actual mobile game. And as you can see, it is normally free. So the game is free, and basically what you're getting, if you're already a player of the game, I suppose it may make sense to go ahead and get this because you get some free stuff. But this is the game we're going to be looking at. I'm not really liking that direction where Epic is giving us these free games and making a big deal about it. But anyways, we're going to be downloading this. This is called Gravity Circuit. And right off the bat, what is it? What do you think of when you see this game? Well, if you're like me, you're thinking of Mega Man, right? You're thinking of, especially even here, look at the menu. The way that you do the level selection is very much like Mega Man. So let's go ahead and download this game. Looks like it is $16.99 normally, and it is free now until October 16th at 11 a.m. And then we're going to switch over to some really, really good games. I can't wait to do a review on those games. So let's go ahead and jump into this game called Gravity Circuit. So I'm not going to talk through the cutscene. The game starts off with a long cutscene. I'm going to let it just kind of play through for you. But I will give you chapters below so you can skip ahead if you don't want to see the cutscene. So first impressions kind of, guys, on the tutorial level here is that it very much is a Mega Man clone. It feels good. The controls feel good. It is not easy, so I selected easy mode, and I'm not like a super big fan of 2D platformer games. Obviously, that's what I played when I was a kid on the Nintendo and Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, and it wasn't really until we got to the Nintendo 64 that we got out of these platformer style games. I do enjoy these kind of games, but honestly, I'm not seeing anything revolutionary about this game so far. I did play through 2 levels. The first level I was able to get all the way to the end. There's some elements of this where you're not really, they kind of throw you into the fire, and I like that about games. I like games where they kind of just throw you into the game and you have to figure it out, and it's okay to die. A lot of modern games where they walk you through everything like you're like totally dumb, like you can't figure it out on your own. But I like the games like Dark Souls and like these older kind of retro style games where they don't just walk you through everything, hold your hand through every single bit of the game. So as you can see here, there's a bit of a stickiness to your character where you can wall jump pretty easily. So that's really a big feature of the jump. Like, you have to stick to the wall, and then you have this punch. I didn't realize it, but you can use your grappling hook in this game as well. And at this point, like I said, because they don't walk you through it, which I like, I wasn't using my projectile at all. I was just using the melee combo. And when I got to this portion of the game, I'm thinking, how do I get through? I didn't even know that I had this grappling hook. But eventually I'm going to figure it out, and basically you have to use your grappling hook to swing along the top of that ceiling there, and that's how you're going to navigate a lot. But you can also use that, as you'll see later in the gameplay, to battle enemies. So as you can see here, we're going to progress through, and there's going to be a checkpoint here. And this is where you can save your progress, but also you press up on the controller, and you can, get all of your health back. And this is kind of the mechanism that the game uses for checkpoints. Another cutscene here. And so we're also seeing here this slide mechanic that I didn't really understand or know how to use right away, but you figure it out pretty quick. And again, no tutorial, but the game teaches you right away because you can't get beyond it. You have to know. So just thought I'd point that out. There's a lot of, I'm sure, to this game that I haven't figured out yet. So it's probably a lot deeper than it looks, because I've only progressed through like 1.5 levels. So keep that in mind as we watch this. This is not a full review, but more of a first impressions. And here we're just figuring out now that I can use the grappling hook as a projectile. And that turns out to be, as I'm figuring out in the game, a pretty useful tool in combat. And all these things we're picking up, we're breaking these chests, we're finding coins, all this kind of thing, so on and so forth. All of this goes towards upgrading your character, and I didn't really get deep into that element of it. I didn't figure all that out. I think I did a few upgrades here and there, but ultimately I still have some learning to do in that regard. Alright, we're approaching our first completion of level number 1, and this is the first boss battle, and so far so good. This boss is pretty easy. It's kind of a typical like 3-platform jumping boss where you just have to jump between the 3 platforms and evade his attacks and then just throw shots at him. And you're pretty much using the grappling hook the whole time. At least that's how I did. So in addition to the obvious inspiration of Mega Man, I also feel like I see Sonic the Hedgehog in this in a weird way. Especially with the way the coins and the enemies die, and some of the this boss battle in particular, like really reminds me of Sonic the Hedgehog. So I feel like, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that it's a slow-moving platformer, it would be a very similar mix between Mega Man and Sonic the Hedgehog. Let me know in the comments below if you see the resemblance as well. So after this first boss, the first level, it drops you into this friendly zone. And this is kind of like your home base. You're going to be meeting people that support you, people that upgrade your weapons, upgrade your health, so on and so forth. So you're seeing me just kind of exploring the home base a little bit. You run into NPC characters. You have to do a little talking. I kind of just blast through everything. Like this guy drops something. And ultimately, you know, this is really just getting yourself acquainted to the home base, and then you're going to find out very soon how the rest of the game progresses. And it's not linear in that you just go to level 2. It's very much like Mega Man in that now you're going to select, okay, which is the next level I'm going to go to, which is the next boss that I need to take on. So this is the menu I was talking about. This is your mission select menu now. And you kind of scroll through and you're looking at all the different options. So steelwork, stop overheating, different. I don't know all the lore. I wasn't honestly paying a lot of attention during the cutscenes and that. But you know, because this honestly, I'm not sure I'm going to continue on playing this game just after my first impressions. But I wanted to give you guys the option to see, because I know a lot of people love these kind of games. This is the style. This is very much Mega Man inspired. So if you loved Mega Man, which for me, I was more of a Super Mario guy, Super Castlevania guy, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out guy. Never really got into Mega Man. I can certainly appreciate the game and what it did for the hobby, for gaming. But I was never a big Mega Man fan. If you are, I imagine you're gonna love this game. So as you can see, I decided to select the mountains, clear a path level. And so that's what we're going to be heading into for level number 2 as our showcase continues. Alright, so we are beginning the next mission. This is the mountain level, and it's very much like an ice level. So, for me, this was very difficult. Much more difficult than the first level. And, you know, to be honest with you, I also wasn't super into the game, so I'm not necessarily giving 110% to try to get better at the game. I'm just I want to look at the game, see if I like it. And these kind of games in 2025, I don't have a ton of time to spend gaming. So if I'm going to spend time gaming, it's going to be something that I really, really enjoy, like Fortnite, for example. There are other games that I love too, like Elden Ring is another example of a game that I just absolutely love, Dark Souls. So I'm going to play a game like I really want to be into it. So for these type of games, I don't spend a lot of time playing retro games. If I were, I would be very much into this game. They did a great job, and it's very much a homage to Mega Man / Sonic the Hedgehog, in my opinion. So this is about the point where I'm about to hit my limit with the game. Like I'm just I've been dying, as you can see. I'm not progressing as fast as I would like, and I just kind of decided at this point I'm not really having fun anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and just stop the video. But like I said, it's not that the game is bad. The game is good, and it's just that I'm not a huge fan of these types of games. So for you guys that do, if you guys love playing platformer games and Mega Man style games in 2025, I would go for it. I would go ahead and download this. And regardless, it's free right now. So until October 16th, I would certainly pick it up, put it in your library, and give it a shot. You might really like it. And this is the screen here that we're looking at now, where you're looking at upgrades. And I'm quitting right now. But that's kind of the deal with this screen. This is where you can do your upgrades and that kind of thing. Well, that's all we got for you today. Thanks for watching the channel. Smash that like button, please, and hit subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. We're going to be taking a look at all of the Epic games that are coming out for free. And next week is going to be a doozy. We got some really good ones. I believe there's some horror, Halloween-inspired games. One, at least, that I'm really looking forward to reviewing. So stay tuned to the channel. Please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below if you downloaded this game. What do you think? Are you a fan of Gravity Circuit? And let me know what the rating is out of 10 for you and your opinion. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll be seeing you again real soon.